Yeah, slowly, it can be done. La. Okay, Mataji.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, so Hare Krishna, Prabhu and Mataji, we can begin our discussion. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vikasa Swami Niti Namini Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatyaresha Tarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Hare Krishna, Prabhus and Matajis. We will continue with our weekly Bhagavad Gita discussion, and we are on chapter 12. So let me share my screen. Okay. All right. Is my screen visible?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, nice. So we will be continue with verse 13 to 14. Adveshta sarvabhutanam Adveshta sarvabhutanam Maitra karuna evacha Maitra karuna evacha Nirmamo nirahankara Nirmamo nirahankara Samadukka sukakshami Samadukka sukakshami Santushta satatam yogi Santushta satatam yogi Yathatma dridhanishchayaha Yathatma dridhanishchayaha Mayarpita mano buddhir Mayarpita mano buddhir Yo mad bhakta same priyaha Yo mad bhakta same priyaha Adveshta sarva bhutanam Maitra karuna evacha Nirmamo nirahankara Samadukka sukakshami Santushta satatam yogi Yathatma dhrida nisjayaha Mayarpita mano buddhir Yo mad bhakta same priyaha. So, Prabhus, anyone would like to try?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I would like to go
Yes.
ahead.
Yes.
Adveshta sarvabhutanam Matriya karuna evacha Nirmamo nirahankaraha Samadukha sukha shami Santushta satatam yogi Yathatma drihata nischyaha Mayarpita mano buddhir Yo mat bhakta same priyaha.
Nice, Prabhu. Thank you. Anyone else? Prabhuji's?
Can I try, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Advesa sarvabhutanam Maitreya karuna evacha Nirmarmo nirahankara Samadukka sukha shamsami Santusta sadatam yogi Yadatma dhrida nistaya Mayi arpida mano buddhi Yo mama bhakta same priya.
Okay. Mataji's?
So I tried, but not
Yes.
very good.
Yes, no problem, please.
Avesta sarva bhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmano nirhankara samadukka sukha kasme santosta satama yogi yattama darhanischaya mai apita manubuddhi yomat bhakta same priya. Hare Krishna, sir.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Anyone else? Mataji's? Aishwarya Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
Advista sarvabhutanam maitra karuna evacha
निर्ममो निरहङ्कार समदुःखसुख समी सन्तुष्टः सतं योगी यो याति यातमदर्दनिश्चय मायपिता मनोबुद्धिर् यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Adveshta, non-envious. Adveshta means non-envious. Sarvabhutanam, towards all living entities. Bhutana means living entities. Sarva means everything. So all living entities. Maitra means friendly. Maitra, friend. Mitra means friend. So Maitra means friendly. Karuna means karunai, mercy, kind. Right? The Tamil word karunai is actually Sanskrit. Karuna, kindly, mercily. Right? So karuna eva, certainly. Cha, also. Nirmama, mama. Mama means mine. Hare Krishna, please mute yourself. Thank you. Okay. Right. So mama. So mama means mama means myself, referring to yourself, right? So mama. So nirmama means with no sense of proprietorship, right? So you don't claim it as yourself. So this is nirmama. Okay. So mama means myself. Mama means me. So nirmama means with no sense of proprietorship. Okay. Nirahankara, ahankara. What is ahankara? Ahankara means false ego. Right? Ahankara means false ego. So when you add the word nir, it becomes without false ego. Right? Just like in Srila Prabhupada mantra pranama, there is a word nirvishesha, vishesha. So vishesha means what? Vishesha means auspicious. Vishesha means there is a form. It's auspiciousness. So there are many meanings are there. So vishesham means visheshamanade, auspicious. Or also we can say it is actually full of bliss. Or it is a transcendental form. So this is vishesha. So but when we say nirvishesha, that means we are addressing to the philosophy of Advaita or the Buddhist philosophy. Nirvishesha. That means they don't accept God. They don't accept the form of God. So this is called nirvishesha. So our whole sampradaya is actually disprove this bogus teaching of nirvishesha. This bogus ideology, speculation of Sunyavadi and nirvishesha. This is our whole mission of Vaishnava. That is why in Prabhupada mantra himself, the Prabhupada mantra itself, it is there. Right? So we are reciting daily. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. So this is the meaning. Nirahankara means without false ego. So now the question comes, what is the meaning of false ego? So what is the meaning of false ego? Anyone?
I am not this body.
Sorry, Prabhu?
If you start attaching yourself to this body, that is false ego, bro.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. So, okay, next. Thank you, Prabhu. Anyone else? Any other answers?
I would say, Prabhu, identifying yourself with other things which is not you.
Yes. So, exactly. So, false ego. Thank you, Prabhuji. Harashwaran Prabhu and Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu. Okay, that is the answer. So, basically, ahankara means false ego. Everyone has an ego. So, according to Shastra, ego means identity. Let's remember this. Ego means we have seen this. Ego means identity. You cannot lose your identity. you cannot destroy your identity. Identity is always there, right? So it's just a matter of whether you know what is your identity, whether you identify yourself as I am the servant of God, the soul, or you identify yourself as something else other than the soul, like I am this body, I am Indian, I am a Malaysian, I am the American, I am the white people, I am Tamilan, I am Telugu, I am this and I am that. This is all false ego. Why? Because you don't know what is your real identity, right? So is that clear? So anything which is understood correctly as per Shastra, that you are the servant of Krishna, that you are the spirit soul, that is true ego. So the ego cannot be destroyed. The ego must be there. Is that clear? So nirahankara means, that means you know that I am the servant of Krishna, I am the spirit soul, I am not his body. This body is temporary. So this is the meaning of nirahankara, without false ego. Right? So sama means what? Equal. Samam. Malayala kuda irukke. Sama. Equal. Same thing. This is a word originating from Sanskrit. Right? So dukkha, same thing. In Malay also dukkha, distress. Tamil dukkam. And who is the root of word is coming from Sanskrit. Distress. Sukha, same again, you see. Malay. Sukha, happiness. The root word is Sanskrit. Sukha, happiness. Shami means forgiving. Santushta, sandosham, satisfied. Santushta. Tushta means satisfied. So santushta means satisfied. So satatam, always. Yogi. So yogi. So what is the real definition of yogi? Yogi means the one who is always trying to connect with Krishna. So what is the process of connecting with Krishna? That is devotional service. Okay, there are many processes that we can connect with Krishna, right? So here, yogi here means referring to one who is engaged in devotional service. He is the greatest yogi, right? In the chapter 6 we can see Krishna addressed the greatest yogi. Who is the greatest yogi? One always thinking of him, the one always thinking that Krishna is the supreme and serving him. He is the greatest yogi, right? So this is yogi. Okay, next, yatatma. So what is the meaning of yatatma? Self-controlled. Okay, self-controlled. Dhrida nishchaya. So dhrida nishchaya means with determination. Nishchaya, dhrida nishchaya. Mai, upon me. Arpita, engaged. Mana means mind. Buddhi means what? Intelligence. தமிழில் இருக்குங்களா, உனக்கு புத்தி இருக்கான்னு கேட்போம்ல, புத்தி அது இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ். ஸோ அதுவும் சன்ஸ்கிரிட் வார்த்தை தான், சன்ஸ்கிரிட் வேர்ட் புத்தி. ஸோ அதான் புட்டா மீன்ஸ் த ஒன் ஹூ ஹவ் attained highest intelligence, Buddha. So buddhi, right? So ya means one who. Mad bhakta means my devotee. Sa, he, me, to me. Priya means dear, very dear. So translation, one who is not envious but is kind friend to all living entity. Okay, so adveshta sarva bhutanam maitra karuna. This is the meaning here. One who is not envious, adveshta, and a kind friend to all living entity. Sarva bhutanam maitra. Okay, and one who does not think himself a proprietor, right? Nirahankara, nirmama. This is nirmama, who does not think himself a proprietor and is free from false ego. Nirahankara, who is equal in both happiness and distress, sukha and dukkha, who is very tolerant, always satisfied, tushti, santushta, always satisfied, self-controlled, right? Yathatma, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service, yogi. right? Engage in devotional service with determination, nishtaya, dhrida nishtaya, with determination, and his mind and intelligence fixed on me. What is fixed on Krishna? Is mana and buddhi, right? Mana and buddhi. So such a devotee of mine is very dear to me. So what is happening here in this chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita, which is entitled devotional service, we have already seen, right? In each every class I'm summarizing again and again what is the subject matter of this devotional service, and it is beginning from how Arjuna is putting forward a very interesting question, a very important question. Which is the perfect service? Which is the best form of worship? Is it the impersonal Brahman, or directly engaging in Krishna's service, the personal form? So he's putting such a question, and Krishna is answering very straightforwardly that the best form of worship is directly worshipping him in his Satchit Ananda Vigraha, right? And the worship of impersonal features are very troublesome, right? So Krishna is putting a point here that it is very troublesome, right? And then Krishna is establishing the best worship is directly engaging in devotional service, right? This is, we are speaking about the bhakti, the highest form of bhakti. Just fix your mind upon me, engage your intelligence in me, you will live in me without a doubt. So this is the highest form of bhakti, prema bhakti, bhava bhakti, right? And then Krishna speaks about sadhana bhakti, regulative principles. And then Krishna says about karma yoga. Krishna speaks about jnana yoga. And then Krishna is speaking about at least cultivate knowledge. Okay, so all this gradation are given. We have discussed all these things. Okay, so now Krishna is speaking about the quality, the characteristic of a devotee. So when we speaking about a devotee, அவங்களுக்கு எந்த மாதிரி குணங்கள் இருக்கணும்? What is the quality of a Vaishnava? Vaishnava means a servant of Krishna. What is the quality? So someone may claim that I am Vaishnava, I am practicing Krishna consciousness for many years, I am actually doing this and doing that. But how it is reflected is based on the quality, based on the sign and symptom. What is the sign and symptom? The quality, the activity. Right? So, what you are speaking, what you are eating, what you are sharing, what you are posting, what is your thought of process? This is reflects whether you are Vaishnava or not Vaishnava. You might get initiated, you might get all that initiation process, you might be doing everything, but the moment you open your mouth, you don't speak about Krishna. You speak about some mundane subject matter, politics. You speak about some movie. You speak about some other things, business. Of course, if it's relatable to bhakti, it's relatable to your service, then okay. Otherwise, simply speaking other things. So that is why Krishna is describing what is the quality, what is the character, right? So devotee means you have to portray certain, exhibit certain character, quality. So that is explained here. You see, very systematically Krishna is explaining. Right? We will analyze one by one. Okay. So Araswan Prabhu, please continue with the purport. Then we will see. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Okay. Coming again to the point of pure devotional service, the Lord is describing the transcendental qualification of a pure devotee in these two verses. A pure devotee is never disturbed in any circumstances, nor is he envious of anyone, nor does a devotee becomes his enemy's enemy. He thinks, this person is acting as my enemy due to my own past misdeeds. So it is better to suffer than to protest. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 14, verse 8, it is stated, Tathe nukampam su samikha shamano bunjana evatma kritam vipakam. Whenever a devotee is in distress, or has fallen into difficulty, he thinks that it is the Lord's mercy upon him. He thinks, thanks to my past misdeeds, I should suffer far, far greater than I am suffering now. So it is by the mercy of Supreme Lord that I am not getting all the punishment I'm due. I'm just getting a little by the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, he is always calm, quiet, patient, despite many distressful conditions. A devotee is also always kind to everyone, even to his enemy. Nirmama means that a devotee does not attach much importance to the pains and trouble pertaining to the body, because he knows perfectly well that he is not the material body. He does not identify with the body. Therefore, he is freed from the conception of false ego and is equipoised in happiness and distress. He is tolerant and he is satisfied with whatever comes by the way, whatever comes by the way, by the grace of the Supreme Lord. He does not endeavor much to achieve something with great difficulties. Therefore, he is always joyful. He is a completely perfect mystic because he is fixed in the instruction received from the spiritual master, and because his senses are controlled and he is determined. He is not swayed by false arguments, because no one can lead him from the fixed determination of devotional service. He is fully conscious that Krishna is the eternal Lord, so no one can disturb him. All these qualifications enable him to fix his mind and intelligence entirely on the Supreme Lord. Such a standard of devotional service is undoubtedly very rare, but a devotee becomes situated in that stage by following the regulative principles of devotional service. Furthermore, the Lord says that such a devotee is very dear to him, for the Lord is always pleased with all his activities in full Krishna consciousness.
Thank you, Prabhu. Wonderful. So, you see, Srila Prabhupada is explaining to us, coming again to the point of pure devotional service, the Lord is describing the transcendental qualification of a pure devotees. So the upcoming, these verses and next verse is speaking about the quality, the qualification of pure devotee. So, and the first qualification Krishna is highlighting here is what? What is this? Adveshta. Right? So what is Adveshta? Adveshta means?
Non-envious.
Yes.
Non-envious.
What is the meaning of non-envious?
You are not jealous
Not
about
jealous.
another person's achievement, another's belonging, and etc.
Yeah. So basically enviousness. So Srila Prabhupada in purport, he always says that all of us are here. All of us are here in this material world because we are envious of Bhagavan. Is that clear? All of us are right now taking up this body, Janma, Mrityur, Jara, Vyadi, and transmigrating different bodies. And do you know why we are here? Because we are envious of Bhagavan. Okay. Why? First of all, the next question comes. How we can be envious towards Bhagavan? Can anyone explain? Examples. How we can be envious towards Bhagavan? Any example? What do you think?
One thing is the Supreme Lord's character is he's the supreme enjoyer and supreme proprietor. So we have that desire to be the enjoyer and also the proprietor. So since the Supreme Bhagavan himself enjoying all these things, and we have the envy, I want to try this also. I want to be the enjoyer also. I want to be the proprietor also. So that kind of thingy is the one
Yes,
is
thank you.
being mentioned
Exactly.
here.
So we want to lord it over the material nature. We want to become enjoyer like Bhagavan, because Krishna is supreme enjoyer. So therefore, we tend to we tend to inhibit this trait of also becoming a mini enjoyer, right? So, but yeah, that is okay. But the most worst case of enviousness is when, what is the most worst case scenario? What is the worst case scenario that we are envious of Bhagavan
We
is?
lost you, Prabhu.
Sorry?
Can't hear you for a while.
Oh, okay. Is others are okay? Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
sir.
Okay,
audible.
Prabhu. Others are okay.
Yes,
I think
Prabhu.
connection, Prabhu. Yeah, connection.
Fine,
Okay.
fine, fine. Now fine.
Yeah, okay. So, what I am speaking here is, what is the worst enviousness, right? Manifested by us towards Krishna. What is the worst? Okay, Prabhu have told that we want to become enjoyer. Yeah, correct. That's why we are here. Because Krishna is allowing according to our free will. ஓகே நீ என்ஜாய் பண்ணு ஆடு என்ன வேணாலும் பண்ணு என்ன தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு திரும்பி வா ஓகே ஃபைன் வாட் இஸ் த கிரேட்டஸ்ட் enviousness people are having it
We don't want to surrender to him.
yes we don't want to surrender but why what is the thing because we are thinking we are enjoying okay Prabhu have said that so the greatest enviousness is what is that you want to become God what is that you want to become God another there what is that I want to become one with God. I want to merge with God. What is that?
Mayavadam.
Exactly. Can you realize that or not? You see, we don't even realize that is enviousness. We don't even realize that we are actually envious. So, Mayavadam is nothing but a full manifestation of your contaminated enviousness. You want to become God. You want to merge into Bhagavan. You want to merge into Brahman. So you are such a rascal. This is the word used by Purva Acharyas. Right? Because that is why Prabhupada is very, Prabhupada is very, he is very disturbed. Our Acharyas are very disturbed when people say they want to become God. And we should also be disturbed. Isn't it? The problem is we are not disturbed. We are not preaching. We are not, we are not eliminating Mayavadam. We are okay. For us, everything is okay. Every God is okay. Every so-called godmen are okay. Every worship is okay. As long as superficially it sounds good. Sounds okay. Very nice, Prabhu. Very pleasing. That is your level. That means it is Mayavadam. This enviousness. You think that everything is the same. Worshipping Krishna is also same, and going to the Devata temple is also same. Enviousness. Right? So all these are subtle form of enviousness. Worshipping Vaishnava acharyas are same, and also going to all these bogus fullers temple, this Sai Baba's temple, all these temples also are same. No difference, Prabhu. They are also teaching good. You also teaching good. Enviousness. Bogusness. So this is the first thing Krishna smashes. So if you are speaking that you are Vaishnava, first of all you must have Advaishta. And what is the meaning of Advaishta? Advaishta means only accept Krishna as supreme. You don't try to become God. Don't try to become one with God. Don't try to become supreme enjoyer. Can you see not? So it is not that Prabhu, don't jealous of everyone, don't jealous of people. Yeah, it is there. But that is not the real meaning here. Okay? Because the moment you understand that you are not the enjoyer, you are the servant of Krishna, automatically you won't be jealous of anyone. Automatically it will come. Correct or not? The problem is you are not jealous of others, but you want to become God. Rascal, no? You are a very nice person. You are very nice. You follow all the Shastra. You follow all the 4 regulative principles. You don't jealous of anyone. You give free food to everyone. But what is your mentality? You want to become God. So that is bogus. That is duplicity. Because the moment you want to become one with God, you're nothing. You're a rascal. So first of all, that is why when we develop this characteristic of servant of Krishna and serving Krishna in the form of, his original form, then automatically the quality of non-enviousness will develop. இவ்வளவுதான். You no need to study moral. You no need to study civic to develop all these things. Automatically you won't be jealous of anyone. Automatically you won't have hatred to any other living entity. Or even what to speak of people. What to speak of devotees. You don't have any enviousness. So the key is you must understand this. Okay. So that is why Krishna is first of all smashing Mayavadam here. So non-enviousness. Okay. So and also then you can be Sarva Bhutanam Maitra. Then you can be friendly to everyone. Right? So the first thing is you must accept Krishna as Supreme Person. You must accept that you are servant. Then you can be friendly to everyone. If you are thinking that I am the enjoyer, then how is that you are friendly to everyone? You are the servant of the servant. And that is why we have our name Das. Vaishnava Kripa Das, Atma Nivedana Das, Vira Pariksit Das. So this Das means servant. Not that simply some initiation name, some fancy name. No. Right? So this must be understood. So a pure devotee is never disturbed, right? Disturbed in any circumstances. Yes. So this is also another quality of devotee. They don't get disturbed. Abdina, when they have a pressure, when they have stress or problems coming from the material platform, example like, family pressure, friends at workplace. We have a Prabhu shared to us last time. He said that, Prabhu, in my workplace, I having a lot of problem. People are trying to backstab me. So all these problems are nothing, right? When we are engaging in Krishna's service, when you realize that what is our position, right? So a devotee is never disturbed in any circumstances. He knows what to do. He's very composed. He's very sober. Dhira. So this verse, this exact word Dhira was used in chapter 2. So Krishna says, the one who have understood the signs of Atma Jnana, he is Dhira. Right? He's not disturbed by any circumstances. So because he knows his body is temporary, right? And he knows whatever is coming is because of his own action, own karma. So what do? You tolerate it and you take it as a mercy of Krishna. Krishna is minimizing you, minimizing the damage, right? So that is how we should accept struggle in our life. Krishna is minimizing our damage. But at the same time, don't do sin. You see, this is another problem. You are practicing bhakti. We are practicing bhakti. We are doing all devotional service. At the same time, what we are doing? We are pouring water onto the fire. We are igniting the fire. We are putting up the fire. Okay. Suddenly, we are also putting water. That is bad. How is that putting water? That means at the same time, you are offending the devotees. You are doing other sinful activities, meat eating, intoxications, gamblings, illicit sex, not following the relative principles. Then there is no point in bhakti. Of course, bhakti will cause bhakti. Of course, in any circumstances, we will chant the holy name of God. But ultimately, when you chant, the real effect of bhakti will take place, and automatically you must give up all these things. Bhakti causes bhakti. Bhakti causes you to follow the instruction. Then you know you are progressing. Then you know you are improving. Right? So that is why a devotee, he is not engaged in any other mundane activity. Because when we are engaging in mundane activity, there is a risk of karma, the risk of sinful activity. Do you know what is the meaning mundane activity? Like a devotee doesn't engage simply in like giving free food. I'm speaking about some free food, Annadanam. The problem is, Annadanam is good. But what happened? There's a risk because it is not prasadam. Still, some sins are there. Even vegetarian is also life. There is some minimal sins are there. You know what I mean. So, and also, what is the purpose of your doing this? So, there is no Krishna in the center. So, still it is bound to karma. It might be a good karma or bad karma, but it is also bound to the material. You have to take birth. So, that is why Krishna must be in the center. You don't do any activity without Krishna. Otherwise, you are at risk. It doesn't matter whether it is like, free food or you're doing any activity like, your marriage. Everything must be centered on Krishna. Your study, your life, your food. Otherwise, you're taking only sin. You're doing only sin. So, a devotee is not disturbed in any circumstances. He is not envious of anyone. Nor does a devotee becomes his enemy's enemy. Right? He thinks this person is acting as my enemy due to my own past misdeeds. Right? So, it is better to suffer than to protest. So, this should be our mood. What is our mood? That actually due to my own sinful action, I am suffering and he is becoming my enemy. It's okay. We don't try to provoke the situation. We just remain calm and we try to do our devotional service. Okay? So, this is the important point. Okay. இப்போ அடுத்த கொஸ்டின் வருது. என்ன கொஸ்டின்? பிரபு, அப்போ நீங்கள் தான் பிரபு ராஸ்கல் சொல்கிறீங்க மாயாவதியை. நம்ம டாலரேட் பண்ணோம்ல, கோவப்படக்கூடாதுல்ல? அடுத்த கொஸ்டின் கேட்பாங்க இப்போ ஆளுங்க. உண்மையா இல்லையா? இப்போ நம்ம இங்கே படிக்கும் போது கிருஷ்ணா என்ன சொல்கிறாரு? பி டாலரண்ட், devotee is not disturbed. ஆமாம் இல்லையா? Krishna is telling a devotee is not disturbed, not envious. Correct or not? So we don't think anyone is enemy. But same time, we are getting disturbed when someone is offending Krishna. When someone is claiming to be God, we are getting disturbed. So how to understand this? So that is why you need to read Bhagavad Gita and understand the commentary by our acharyas. Do not speculate. Do not simply read one verse, do not simply read one word here and come to the understanding that, Prabhu, we should not be envious to anyone. So therefore, anyone who insult Krishna, anyone who insult our sampradaya, we should be keep quiet. No. Remember, when anyone personally insult you, you should keep quiet. When anyone personally attack you, you should keep quiet. You should tolerate. But when anyone insult Guru and Krishna, Vaishnavas and Krishna, you should become like fire. This is the definition of tolerance. Okay, let me repeat myself. The definition of tolerance means, humility means, non-enviousness means, when anyone personally attack you or insult you, you should be tolerant. But when anyone insult Guru, Krishna, Vaishnava, you should be fire. This is the meaning of tolerance. It is not that when someone is insulting Krishna, Krishna got no form, you can become Krishna. Or, when someone is claiming as God, I am God, I am the incarnation of God. Prabhu, you should be not get angry, Prabhu. Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu have told, you must be humble like the straw in the street. People have told me this. Prabhu, why you are getting angry? Why you are chastising this innocent Mayavadis? Why you are chastising these innocent people? Because they are, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, we must be very humble. Right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said what? We must be humbler than the straw in the street. So therefore, you should not question anything. Even something is wrong, don't question. Even someone is speaking ill about Krishna and Guru, don't question. Even if someone is deviating in the name of Sanatana Dharma, they are doing some deviation, don't question, don't ask, don't respond, don't judge. So this is one of the most nonsense things you can do, bogus, right? Because first of all, you must understand what is the meaning of humility. What is the meaning of tolerance? What is the meaning? When someone attack you personally, you should be humble, like a straw in the street. Right? But anything happen to Guru, Vaishnava, Krishna, then you should act accordingly. Otherwise, you should leave the place. No compromise. Okay? So that is why, so this is the character of Vaishnava. When someone is criticizing a devotee, a Vaishnava will not tolerate. When someone is criticizing a devotee, a Vaishnava should not tolerate, will not tolerate. What to speak about criticizing Krishna himself? What to speak about criticizing our parampara, our Purva Acharyas? When I say criticizing, it is happening in the form of Mayavadam, Tamil movies, all these atheistic philosophies, deviations, bogus gurus, all these are there. So you must understand the very term non-enviousness, tolerance, humility, according to Shastra. Do not speculate and come and quote, be humbler than the straw in the street, without understanding the gist of Chaitanya Charitamrita, without understanding the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, there are now many devotees, they are taking up this bogus understanding that Prabhu, do not judge. Nonsense. The moment you say do not judge, you are already judging. Correct or not? The moment you say do not judge, you are already judging. So you don't come and speak bogusness. Okay? Just because you are doing something and you're worried and you're using the term do not judge. No. I already spoken about this. You have some intelligence, you have to judge. Krishna is teaching Arjuna to judge. Okay? So judgment is needed. Otherwise, how are you going to know what to worship, whom to worship, whom to surrender, who are devotees? Rupa Goswami is judging. Rupa Goswami is classifying devotees into 3 categories, so that we can reciprocate accordingly. The Kanishta Adhikari, the Madhyama Adhikari, the Uttama Adhikari. So the reason of judging, so that we can reciprocate accordingly and communicate and preach. Otherwise, how are you going to know? Right? So, like Harashwaram Prabhu, I need to have some certain judgment on him. So, Prabhu is a student, Prabhu is not trying to do this, then I can teach accordingly. I can guide accordingly. Oh, don't judge. Then how I can guide? Example I am speaking, right? So, this is the thing, right? So, Prabhu, they are meat eaters, Prabhu. You must not judge them, la. Be humble. No. We are not judging. We are speaking the fact. Okay? So, you are guiding. We are telling what is supposed to do, what is supposed to take. Example. Right? Prabhu, they are worshipping. They are coming to ISKCON daily. So, you don't go and tell, la, don't worship all these things. Bogus gurus all day. Okay, they will learn themselves. No. You should tell them in a nice way. What is the right thing? What is the wrong thing? Correct or not? Otherwise, how people will know? Right? So otherwise, you will be thinking what? Everything is same. Everything is same. Okay? So is it clear or not? Is it crystal clear? So when someone is using the word humility and humble, you must give them the definition. Any personal attack, humble. Anything when speak about Krishna, Guru, Vaishnava, fire. This is our mood. So that is why Prabhupada, when anyone speaks about Krishna, Mayavadam, Krishna, he is Krishna, Prabhupada said, you should smash them with boots. Prabhupada says this. You see, we are really against this Mayavada. Because why? Because it's offending the Lord. Offending the Lord. Okay? So Srimad Bhagavatam said, Tattenu kampam su samikshamano bunjana evatma kritam vipakam. So whenever a devotee is in distress or fall into difficulties, he thinks that it is the Lord's mercy upon him. Right? Yeah, we have already seen this. Right? So whenever we are suffering, we should think that it's because of our own karma. Right? But of course, when others are suffering, what is our response? When others are suffering, then we should help them.
Passion.
And how to help them? The best way is to give them Krishna, preaching. This is the best way to alleviate the suffering. Right? So yes. So therefore, he is always calm, quiet, and patient, despite many distressful conditions. Right. So a devotee is always calm, quiet, and patient, despite many distressful conditions. That means personally when you are getting attacked. But when something is about Krishna, Guru, or Vaishnava, of course you need to be calm, but you need to refute intellectually. You need to refute intellectually. You must not be like, okay, leave it. No, 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 no. Be humble. No, 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 no. You must know where to apply what principle. You are not foolish, right? Huh? What happened? Huh? What happened in Mahabharata war? How Bhagavad Gita was spoken? Bhagavad Gita was spoken in a war. So what is a war? War is a anger, violence. So is Bhagavad Gita teaching violence? Is Krishna teaching violence? No. Krishna is teaching non-violence by fighting in the war. So that means you must understand when certain war take place for dharma, to establish dharma, that is actually non-violence. புரியுதுங்களா? When a policeman he kills a thief, is violence or non-violence? Is to establish dharma. Therefore, it's non-violence. Because you're smashing the thief. That is not violence. Will you say, Prabhu, don't cause violence to the thief la? Don't catch him, don't shoot him. Will you say that? What you said? Oh, you must smack him, get him. Because why? He have robbed so many people. So you must understand. Same thing. So when we are speaking about tolerance, non-violence, you must understand the definition. You must know how to apply it. So don't be, speculate. Oh, no, 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 we must not do anything. We must not fight. No, Prabhupada said when there's a need, we should fight. When after you negotiate, I'm giving an example. When the negotiation happened, like in Mahabharata we can see, the war didn't take place immediately. First of all, Krishna went and negotiate. Arjuna went and negotiate. The Pandavas went and negotiate. We don't want fight. Can we settle it nicely? You give us our part of land. But what happened? Duryodhana didn't accept it. So therefore there's a need of war. Same thing. When something cannot be settled in a peaceful way, if something cannot be settled despite many multiple attempts of diplomacy, then there is a need to fight. So this is what Shastra teaches. Not that you become a coward. Vaishnava Prabhupada says Vaishnavas are not coward. Vaishnavas are expert in everything. They don't find unnecessary trouble. They don't go and do unnecessary war. But they can do that if needed. That is Arjuna. He doesn't want to fight. But under the instruction of Krishna, is fighting. He won. So that's the thing. So we should never mess with a Vaishnava. This is the quality of Vaishnava. He's expert in everything. Vaishnava is not that he's only like, just soft spoken and like that. No. When it's necessary, he can debate. When necessary, he can fight. This is Vaishnava. Right? So we must understand this. Okay. Just give me 2 minutes. 2 minutes break. Okay. Some guest is here. I need to open the door. 2 minutes break. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I cannot hear you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Prabhu said he is giving a 2 minutes break because he has visitors in his house. So he'll be commencing in a while.
Thank you, thank you.
No problem.
So Hare Krishna. So yeah, sorry for the little delay. Okay. So we are speaking about the quality of Vaishnava. So therefore Vaishnava is always calm, quiet, patient, despite many disrespectful condition. Okay. And also a devotee is also always kind to everyone, even to his enemy. So what is the meaning here? Even to his enemy. First of all, we must understand that even he is our enemy. So we must always be ready to serve him if the situation comes. So Shastra said, any guest, even if any guest come to your house, even he is your enemy, you should serve him. Right? This is a etiquette we have in Vedic culture. Right? So, and what to speak about, when devotees come, we should serve the devotees, anyone. Right? So, of course, even to our enemy, and also if there's a need, we should preach to the enemy. If there's a possibilities, right? Because we don't consider anyone as enemy, right? Even the Mayavadis, if there is a chance, we should preach to them, even though they are rascals. Yes, we should preach to them whenever there is a chance. We should hope that they come back to the proper understanding. So this is the mood of devotee, right? So he's always ready to serve everyone, including the enemy. So the meaning of ready to serve everyone means what? So when there's a need of preaching, when there's need of serve, in favorable to Krishna consciousness, we are ready to do anything. We don't see enemy or non-enemy. Right? So this is our mood. Nirmama means that a devotee does not attach much importance to the pains and troubles pertaining to the body, because he knows perfectly well that he is not the material body. Okay, very, very important point here. Nirmama. That means you're not attached very much to the pains and troubles of your body. So what is the meaning here? Does it mean that whenever we are sick, we should not go and seek treatment? No. Okay. The meaning here is, first of all, we must understand the nature of the material body is that there will be pain and trouble. Okay, that's the nature. And we must not be so much attached to this bodily comfort. This is the meaning. That means we can see now how people, they have so much of this bodily consciousness. An example I am telling. They are putting a tattoo here, tattoo there, piercing here, piercing there. You know what's the reason behind this? Bodily consciousness. They have different types of hairstyles. They have to go to different types of salon, isn't it? They have to, have a lot of accessories around their wrist, around their neck. Example, I'm telling examples. So this is the meaning of giving importance to the body. So the problem is you should give importance. The key is you should give importance, but you must know what is the importance. Like whenever you're diseased, you're sick, you should seek proper treatment. That is good. Otherwise, how are you going to serve Krishna? First of all, you need a good health, right? So the health will automatically come. You see, in Krishna consciousness, everything is inclusive. When you follow the instruction of Krishna, when you follow the 4 regulative principle, automatically the well-being is there. You no need to attend a separate health class to know all these things. When you simply follow the Bhagavad Gita's instruction, what food you should eat, what you should do, whom you should worship, automatically your body will become fit. Okay? So, of course, but when a certain circumstances where you are not well, you should seek a proper authorized treatment, and then you should continue to serve Krishna. Okay? So the point is you must understand the nature. The nature of the body is to have some trouble, some pain. Now examples, I'm giving you one example. I'm sharing you one example. We actually arranged a seminar. We arranged a seminar in northern side of Malaysia. So the seminar actually began afternoon about 2 p.m. We started around 2 p.m. Okay, it's about 1:30 or 2 p.m. It's during the lunch hour. So during the seminar notice, we have given out notice, and it is stated there that we only will serve evening prasadam and dinner feast. Okay, so but somehow many devotees attend, many youths they attend. So the thing was the lunch was not there. So this particular group of devotees, they came in the hope of lunch will be served. So they didn't take any lunch prasadam. Okay, because you are coming to temple, so they're coming all the way. So they didn't expect, they're expecting lunch. But actually our program begin during lunch hour. So we expect to serve feast later, not immediately, right? So therefore, after the program ends and everything, so it was a youth program for the student, right? So we got a complaint. We got a complaint from the parents that why you didn't serve meal for my children, right? So, and the children are not children like it per se like 10 years or 15 years. They are all 17 to 20 years old children, right? All grown up youths. 17 to 18 years, right? 17, 18, 19. Right. So, what I'm trying to say here is, this is where you should know how to have some tapasya. You have come to listen about Krishna, and you know that evening prasadam will be served. There's nothing. என்ன சொல்றது, நீங்க குறைஞ்சி போக மாட்டீங்க. ஒரு லஞ்சுக்கு கொஞ்சம் ஸ்கிப் பண்ணிட்டு இல்லை நம்ம ஈவினிங் சாப்பிடலாம், ஃபீஸ் டின்னர் இருக்கு. What I mean? So the problem is, I'm not pointing out personally on anyone. I'm just very disappointed because our youths, our devotees don't even have this tapasya. Tapasya? Tapasya means you must have certain sense of renunciation. You cannot be complaining. This is what Prabhupada is telling. Giving so much importance to the pains and trouble. You are like getting the prasadam later. You're going to have a feast. Basically in the evening and the dinner. So why not you relax for a while and you don't take all these things as a big issue. This is something basic. So what I'm telling is, they are very not trained. They are not trained in the qualities of tapasya, devotional service. So we must not be very fragile. This is very fragile. This is not a quality of Vaishnava. Sometimes Prabhupada, being a 69 years old man in New York, sometimes he don't take a meal. Sometimes he only eat once. An old man. So you are 17 years old, 18 years old youths. What is the issue here? We are providing feast. Just a gross example on how we should know when to apply the principles of tapasya, the principles of all these things. Okay? So he does not identify with the body. Therefore, he is freed from the conception of false ego and equiposed in happiness and distress. Yes, very important point. Because all this happiness and sadness are coming due to the contact of the body. Right? When you are feeling happy, is the response from the body. And when you are feeling sad, the example. So give me some example where someone can get very distressed. What is the example?
Harisha Prabhu,
Yeah.
when their loved ones pass away,
Yes, thank you. So when someone passed away, yes, definitely it's very disturbing. You can be very stressed, right? But what Krishna is teaching here is, you see, you are so worried about the body has gone, isn't it? Passed away means what? The body has gone. The soul has gone out. The soul has gone out from the body. But the nature of soul is what? Soul is eternal. Right? So the body is gone. So why are you worrying so much? So you must do your duty. So if that is your relative, that is your parents, do your duty, do your dharma. How to send away the soul accordingly? What is the dharma? Correct or not? You should invite devotees. So why you want to worry? The soul is eternal. So example. So you must have this. When you have this Atma Jnana in any situation, you can manage. Right? So it's a nice story. This Mataji, she took up Krishna consciousness very recently in her life, in a period of life, during a university. Okay, she was very attached to the mother. She was very attached to the father, and what happened is, during her mother passed away, she was, of course, she's very sad, because the mother, but she doesn't show any sign of crying, shouting, distress. No. Usually women, they are very fragile. When the mother passed away, they'll be shouting. You've seen that, right? But all the siblings, all the other siblings, they are like wondering, what happened to you? Your mother passed away and you're not even expressing any tears. And she actually replied, she said, my mother is still here. The soul is eternal. So my mother is the soul, not the body. So we are falsely thinking that the body is the mother. The body belongs to your mother. The body belongs to your mother, but that is not your mother. புரியுதுங்களா? இப்போ this phone is belongs to me. This is not me. Same thing. This body belongs to me, not me. So when I give up this body and changing another body, why you need to be crying? Why you need to be sad? So basically the soul is eternal. So you must understand this. This is realization. So sometimes you are under the illusion that this is our mother, this is our father. Please. So அதனால தான் நம்ம பார்த்தோன்னா நம்ம என்ன செய்கிறோம்? This bodily consciousness is very much, we have too much attachment towards body. Until I have a case. I have seen a case where they doesn't want to burn, doesn't want to cremate the body. Because why? They feel that the father will feel pain. They feel the father will suffer. That means they don't have understanding on Atma Jnana. I even have a case that when the father died, they don't follow any ceremony. They don't follow any Vedic ritual. Because the father was an army man, so they put him in army attire and send him away. Because our army savarara perme. That's why you meet Bhagavad Gita. All this army, all this dress and nothing, useless. right? So, is example. So, how to handle distress? When you understand Bhagavad Gita, when you understand Atma Jnana, automatically you can handle distress. Even happiness. Give me one example of happiness. Example.
Making
Example
the
of
first
happiness.
million,
Huh?
making a first million, maybe for a businessman.
Yeah, you gain, yes. Happy, you got a huge profit. So, in that way also we must be also calm. Because due to our good karma, due to our Guru Krishna mercy, we are getting some money. What we should do? Keep calm and use it for the service of Krishna. Use it to maintain our family and Krishna. Simple. Must not be too excited when we are happy or distressed. Keep calm. This is the key. Okay. We can see in Arjuna. Arjuna was overreacting. When he was very distressed, the bow is slipping, the hand is tremoring, the tearing. Oh, Arjuna is actually distressed. So that is why Krishna is giving what knowledge? Atmajnana. Okay. So like that. Okay. So that is why he is always tolerant, because by understanding the philosophy, by understanding the proper philosophy of Bhagavad Gita, he always satisfied whatever comes by the grace of the Lord. He does not endeavor much to achieve something. Your favorite football team wins. So basically, you see, first of all, Prabhupada said, watching cricket. In fact, I like to play football. I love to play football. I watch football those days. When I was SPM and when I was in university, I wake up 3 a.m. watching this UEFA Cup, World Cup. We love football. But when we understand, actually it's a waste of time. Waste of time. These crickets, football, waste of time. It doesn't give any spiritual benefit. Right? It's simply sense gratification. Right? So it's simply try to engage our mind, do something. So yeah, it's nothing happiness or distress. It's most useless thing we can do, actually. So yes. So that's why a devotee is always tolerant, joyful, right? Krishna says, when you practice bhakti, you're always joyful. What is the shloka? So he's completely perfect mystic because he's fixed in instruction received from the spiritual master, and his senses are controlled. Yes. So whenever your senses are under control, Rupa Goswami said one line. Whenever your tongue is under control, automatically your belly is under control, automatically your genital is under control. Straight line. When your tongue is not controlled, your belly, genital is out. When the belly is out, you get disease. When genital is out, you cannot control your sense. You have so much of lust. So whatever lust we are having is due to our mouth, what we are taking in. Chinakada, Ramli Baga, Ima Sapade, Ama Sapade, all lust is going in, feeding in lust. So when we behave, we will be also like lusty. Okay. So example, so he is not swayed by false argument. Okay. So yeah, so you must not swayed by false argument. You must be very fixed on the philosophy. You must be not really, when one fellow can come and talk about this, you go there, and suddenly you go here, like like Lalang. No, because no one can lead him from the fixed determination of devotional service. We have people for 2 months they will come to ISKCON. For 2 months they go to that center. Then another 3 months they will go to Buddhist. Then another 3 months they'll go to some Ayyappan. They are not fixed. Why? No knowledge. Then there another few months they said, oh, I know everything is same. I do whatever I feel good. So this is all happening, right? So certain devotee are seasonal. When Ayyappan month, they will become Ayyappan devotee. When Navaratri, they become Durga devotee. When Shiva, what is that? Shivaratri, they become a devotee of Lord Shiva. When Krishna Janmashtami, they become a devotee of Krishna. When Rama Navami, they become devotee of Lord Rama. So this is also there. Seasonal people. So a devotee is not like that. It doesn't matter any time and situation, he always fixed in devotional service towards only Krishna. Okay. So Adhanada is fully conscious that Krishna is the eternal Lord. So no one can disturb him. Fully conscious who is the eternal Lord? Krishna is the eternal Lord. And all these qualifications enable him to fix his mind and intelligence entirely on the Supreme Lord. Right? Yeah. So such a standard of devotional service is undoubtedly very rare. Prabhupada solrare, very rare. So, but a devotee becomes situated in the stage by following the regularity principle is very rare, but it's possible to achieve. And what is the recipe? What is the key here? Regulative principle. Right? What is the key here? Yeah, this is the hint here. To become a great devotee, to become a pure devotee, always must comes with a regulative principle, sadhana bhakti. Right? When we say sadhana bhakti, the practical aspect, okay, please listen carefully. The practical aspect must be there. It's not that you join Bhagavad Gita, but you don't have any practical progress. You know, but you don't have any lifestyle changes. This is what we are expecting when you are a real good student of Bhagavad Gita. Means you must portray it. You must try your best. Like Mataji, she tried her best. Very good. Right? Very good. You must try your best to carry out, execute the philosophy. Getting the association of devotee, going to temple, chanting, taking only prasadam, doing some service to Krishna, attending temple service, serving the devotee, preaching, distributing Bhagavatam, preaching to friends and family. First of all, we must follow, then we can preach. So this is the meaning of following. Okay. Otherwise useless. Okay. Furthermore, the Lord says that such a devotee is very dear to him, for the Lord is always pleased with all his activities in full Krishna consciousness. Okay. So this is the key. The characteristic and qualities of Vaishnavas. Okay. Is there any question? Is it clear? Any questions?
It is very clear, Prabhu.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'd like to share this. 13, 8 to 12. You see, Prabhupada have given a very good, clear definition of each characteristic of Vaishnava. Like Amanvitam, Advitvam, Ahimsa, right? Example, I like to share. Okay. You see here, what is the meaning of humility? Okay. Prabhu, please read for me the meaning of humility.
Humility means that one should not be anxious to have the satisfaction of being honored by others.
This is humility. Humility means not simply do your face like this, be like, no. Humility means first of all, you must not expect any respect or honor by others. This is a humility. So humility means first you portray yourself as a proper acharama rakano, as a proper Vaishnava. You don't expect others to praise you, others to honor you. No. This is humility. Right. Very important. Prabhupada is saying. Please read this word, Prabhu.
People are very anxious to be famous for their religion, and consequently, sometimes it is found that without understanding the principles of religion, one enters into some group which is not actually following regular religious principles, and then wants to advertise himself as a religious mentor.
Yes. Continue.
As for actual advancement in spiritual science, one should have a test to see how far he is progressing. He can judge by these items.
Yes. So very important. Not simply for the sake of famous, I'm a spiritual mentor, I'm a big preacher, and you just for the sake of famous, honor. No. First of all, achara must be there. It's a very important point Prabhupada is giving. Right? So, like there are many other examples, like non-violence. So Prabhupada is telling here, Non-violence means not only not killing or destroying the body, but actually by not preaching. So if someone is not preaching the exact message of Krishna, when someone is not giving the real message, trying to pushing or manipulating or trying to be diplomatic, not giving the real essence of Krishna consciousness, actually they are causing violence to the people by misguiding them. So that is actually violence against the principle of ahimsa. Right? That's why, read here, Prabhuji.
One should try his best to distribute real knowledge to the people so that they may become enlightened and leave this material entanglement, that is non-violence.
பாருங்க பிரபு, நான் வயலன்ஸ் உடைய டெஃபினேஷனே இதான். இல்லை, நீங்கள் மற்றவங்ககிட்ட உண்மையை பேசாதீங்க, அவங்க உண்மையை பேசுனா அவங்க தப்பாக நினச்சிக்குவாங்க, உண்மையை பேசுனா அவங்க இந்த மாதிரி நினச்சிக்குவாங்கலாம் இல்லை. நான் வயலன்ஸ்னால் என்ன? நான் வயலன்ஸ்னால் கிருஷ்ணா கான்சியஸ்னஸை ஆஸ் இட் இஸ் பிரபுபாட் என்ன சொன்னாரோ அதை அப்படியே ப்ரீச்சிங் பண்ணணும். இல்லை பிரபுஜி, இது சொன்னால் அவங்க வரமாட்டாங்க, இது நீங்கள் பிரபுபாட் எப்படி சொல்கிறா அது சொல்லுங்கள், ரிப்பீட் வாட் பிரபுபாட் சேட், அதே நம்ம பேச மாட்டோமே. வாட் இஸ் த பொசிஷன் ஆஃப் கிருஷ்ணா? கிருஷ்ணோட வார்த்தையை வாயில விட மாட்டேன். புரியுதுங்களா பிரபு? There are many people who are so-called motivational speakers, spiritual mentors, wearing saffron and tilak, sitting on the YouTube and giving interviews and doing some YouTube channels and videos. They portray themselves as Vaishnava, coming from the movement of Srila Prabhupada, but they don't even utter the word Krishna. They don't even utter the, what Prabhupada repeats, what Prabhupada speaks. They don't repeat the words of Acharyas. Simply come there and become like, what is happiness, what is peace, what is marriage goal, what is life goal, what is, how to relationship goal. All bogus things they're speaking in the name of Bhagavad Gita. So this is Prabhupada say, you're doing violence to the people. People who are watching, they become misguided, they become deviated. And people think this is religion. This is the real philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. Gone. You know what I mean or not? So, you see how Prabhupada is super important. Non-violence means, first of all, the real definition here, the primary meaning is, do not distribute false things to people. So, when someone is taking the position of the leader, you should understand, when someone is taking the position of the leader and when he is not guiding the people down him, below him, inferior to him according to Shastra, whether he is a temple president or father or mother or a brother, when he is not speaking according to Shastra, he is doing violence to the members. Like if you are a son, if you are not doing proper message to your siblings or parents, you are doing violence. When you are father and you are not giving proper guidance and proper things what to be done and not to be done, you are doing violence. If you are temple president and you are not speaking and preaching the real thing, you are doing violence. This is what Srila Prabhupada said. Right? So, you see, like many other things we can learn from here. Okay, another thing before we end. Please, Prabhu, read this.
The whole paragraph of Prabhu.
Yeah. The one I highlighted.
Okay, all right. Simplicity means that without diplomacy, one should be straightforward that he can disclose the real truth even to an enemy.
Yeah, இதுதான் simplicity. Simplicity என்னது? Without diplomacy, one should be straightforward and disclose the real truth. Right? Take note. No, simplicity means not simply Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna, அப்படியே குனிஞ்சு இப்படியே சொல்லிக்கிட்டு இருக்கிறது ஓகே. ஆனால் எல்லாம் duplicity. பேசுறதெல்லாம் duplicity. You want to please everyone. You don't have a point. You don't have don't have a principle. You don't speak the fact. You don't preach Krishna consciousness. Simply everything is just simple, humble, humility. No, bogus. Duplicity is one. A real simplicity means what? Simplicity means you simply talk without any diplomacy, straightforwardly. Speak the truth. And what is the meaning speaking the truth? Preaching Krishna consciousness as it is. You all are preachers. We are very senior devotees sitting here. I am not qualified to speak, right? But we should, all of us should preach. All of us should learn how to preach as it is, without any bogusness, without any covering. Of course, tactfully. I am not asking to go and scold people or go and humiliate people. No, give them the fact. Just like how people come and preach to you, Prabhu. What is the position of Krishna? What is the position of demigod? What is the position of why we should not worship these people, Mayavadis, the bogus gurus? You must tell them nicely why we should not take meat. What is the principle behind this? In a very nice way, gentle way, tactful way, loving way, caring way, without diluting the fact, truth. This is preaching. Right? So I think, I just want to share this. Amazing, right? So this is the real meaning. So when next time people come and tell you, Prabhu, be humble, be simplicity, you show them the definition first. I'm speaking about in our devotee community. Don't use the so-called humility and humbleness and try to dilute the preaching or try to stop any devotees from practicing real Krishna consciousness. So this is what we should extract from Srila Prabhupada's commentary and also Krishna's instruction in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so I will stop here. Right, so definitely the takeaway message is all our youths, we have many youths here, senior devotees here. We should start preaching, we should start reading, we should start doing something for Krishna. Otherwise, how are we going to expand this movement? Otherwise, how are we going to share this knowledge to everyone? What we are doing? Krishna consciousness is not just simply sitting in the home. Krishna consciousness means you are actively engaging, preaching, distributing books, hearing. Not that just like a Babaji sitting and chanting under the tree. No. Chanting must go on, same time preaching must go on, reading must go on. Right? You must portray the Vaishnava cult. Right? So this is the thing. So I will stop here. Any questions? Prabhujis, Matajis?
No, Prabhu.
Okay. Vaishnava Prabhu, anything Prabhu? Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, anything you would like to add? Okay. Aishwarya Mataji, anything?
Nothing, Prabhu.
Okay. Is it clear? Right. Now
Very
you know.
clear. Very clear.
Yeah. Right. So thank you very much. So I will see all of you again next week. So thank you for your time. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarobhyasta kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanang pavinebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, sir.
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Krishna.